what I want to know is what triggers for bonuses can there be for defenders, and do they exist in the contract?
As a left back, I think an assist. I think Robertson or
why
Trent,
has it got to be helping the attack? Why can't you be judged on? Yeah, but why can't your bonuses be judged on the key thing of being a defender, which is defending?
One-on-one take-ons or something like that, like not getting beat.
Last man challenges. Because that would encourage you to always fucking peg it back.
Yeah, but that also encourages, you to push out the whole defence and then you hang back for the last ditch.
Yeah. Also, it encourages you to let a striker through
and then run back.
Then trust your pace to be able to get back.
That's what I'm saying. If you're financially motivated like that, then, if...
imagine you were letting them through.
And then last ditching them for £1,000.
Dave, give me a defensive stat that can be used to trigger a bonus the same way a goal bonus can, and who would be getting them?
I think you've got to break it down on what the role is, right? As we spoke about previously, if you play for Man City and you're just doing last-ditch tackles, and you get Kyle Walker, you get $200,000 for doing 3 last-ditch tackles, doesn't quite work out because he's got to play with the ball, he's got to pass progressively, he has to get some expected assists knocked up, his challenge win rate needs to be high.
Yeah, because Pep would be like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, Kyle's basically standing aside, letting a striker go through, and then his unbelievable pace is just click. We don't know that's not what's happening, really, do we? Actually,
he does make a lot of last-ditch tackles.
It is a bit suspicious, that.
Keep your eyes peeled next season.
Do we think that's the bonus?
Is he on a last-ditch tackle bonus?
I think he might be. I think he's motivated the wrong way. But if you look at, for example, right, so that's a City fullback. A Burnley fullback, like a Charlie Taylor, completely different. He's going to get money for putting the ball into the channel, going to get money for tackling, crossing from deep.
This is what I'm saying. You're opening a can of worms here. You can't start giving all these kinds of bonuses. Everyone knows the striker scores a goal, he gets a bonus. That's
the way
so football's always
been.
been.
But that's the thing. It's only ever been thought about like that. The game is more granular in how it's analysed. There should be a crossing from deep bonus.
First manning. First man bonus. Charging bonus.
Imagine at the end of it, it's like a lottery as to which bonus you've got. It's like, surely we've hit one of them.
The problem is, the secretary, she won't be able to cope in the stands. It's like, oh my God. Charging bonus, $3,000.
The accountant in the background.
The draft excluder bonus.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone
full frontal bonus.
He's gone full frontal as well. That's doubled.
Full frontal double. Yeah, this day and age, people are earning good money, certainly in the Premier League. Do away with bonuses and just clause 3B, be happy to be there.
Can I throw a clause in? It's called the fulfilling tactical role clause. So you're set at the start of the season, a tactical role, and obviously there's statistics that are on part of that. If you fulfill this tactical role at the end of the year, so you do like 200 passes per game or whatever it is, X amount of tackles, and you fulfill that, you get a little bonus. But those stats would have to be built in a way where it's for the team and it's progressive in terms of how they want to play.
But do you think, as a stat guy, you can make that work for an individual player as part of a team?
Yes.
Or Crouchy, what do you think?
You're saying there's a part, you think that this passes, you can get bonus for the amount of passes.
So more on where that pass goes. So let's say if it's a line-breaking pass or a progressive pass, or if you look at something like expected threat, where your decision means that it's more likely to score a goal on the back of that.
You're XG territory here, aren't you?
Basically, it's going to get super boring.
No, like that. No, I think that's a valid question that probably needs answering. I do worry that there might be a tendency, if you are motivated by financial gain, to turn and continually play forward passes, constantly trying to get people in and perhaps lose possession. So if you on that, so if you could do progressive passing that gets to its intended target, but then take off that money if that pass doesn't come off.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you turn and give away possession,
£50.
That you've completed one forward pass or an assist that is taken away from you from the next forward pass that goes astray.
Bang.
What was that overall phrase you used to describe it?
If we're fulfilling a tactical role.
Yeah, so I think, are you saying though that the algorithm would be so complicated in figuring out that as a player, you wouldn't really be thinking about it on the pitch?
Basically, you'd have your role from your coach, and that's what your coach would say. this is what we want from the role of how you play within our system. This is what we want you to do. And then in a way, you'd kind of not know what's happening in the background of it. And then at the end of the season, you have a little pay packet and you can go get yourself a golden slide.
Yeah, you'd get so it'd be number of appearances, maybe assists, like that. You go right down to the keeper claiming them, first manning, $5.
Yeah. First manning.
Charging, $10.
Players should get paid more for running at the ball in the way Joe Cole described on a previous episode. That's where the bonuses should be, the extra grit, the stuff that hurts, not just goals.
Look, hold on a minute. What about Schedule 2, Clause 3A? The Premier League positional bonus. If the club finishes in 12th position or better, the player shall be entitled to a bonus to be paid at the end of the season, provided the player has made at least 19 appearances in competitive Premier League fixtures.
Yeah, see, this is one that players probably do know about. I mean, listen, the amount of money the club gets for finishing each place now is almost like £1 million. It's a lot of money to the club. So, yeah, players negotiate at the start of the season, like the captain potentially will go in and sort of negotiate what the players want for those places. And, for Stoke, obviously, Man United, it might be different. Like 12th is seen as a huge failure, but for Stoke, it's, anywhere above that is probably, staying in the league is an achievement. And then obviously top 10, it's worth a lot of money to the club. So the players do get that bonus. But yeah, there are players on 18 appearances that won't be too happy.
But do you have a say in what position? How do you benchmark it? Could another player in your team have this agreement but on a different position?
No, this is across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bonus. So like winning the FA Cup, for instance, like we'll go in at the start of the season and we'll go, right, win the FA Cup. Maybe they'll give a bonus sheet and then we'll sort of negotiate it ourselves between us as players. Win the FA Cup or get to so-and-so round, like that be a bonus. It's Carabao Cup the same. And then a league finishing position. And that bonus will be paid at the end of the year.
Is it a hierarchy? So the captain gets the most or is everyone gets the same?
No, that'll be across the board, yeah. If you play 19 games, that'll be...
Exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can't vouch for it, but the clubs that I've played for, that would be across the board, yeah. Well, this has taken me down memory lane, I have to say. I feel like I'm a footballer again. I hope you've learned something, boys, about how the contracts work.
Yeah. I mean, we're only on page 2. I feel there's loads of jump-off points with this contract. We should do this again another time.
Yeah, I mean, we like we say, there's got loads more pages, haven't we, to go through, but it's been interesting.